Super Dario World.
Let's move on to who's next. The AFC East. So the AFC East, the division has been under the control of the Buffalo Bills for the past few years, as long as Josh Allen's been playing at a high level. They finished off the season with a record of 13-4, and they did a few good things this offseason. First off, they extended Josh Allen for a 6-year, $330 million contract. Just $330 million. I believe they extended defensive end Greg Rousseau, wide receiver Khalil Shakir, linebacker Terrell Bernard, and long snapper Reed Ferguson. So all those pretty good moves, pretty decent. They also picked up free agent Joey Bosa, defensive end. And in their draft, their first 5 picks were all defensive players. So the offense they had, I think, one of the better offenses last season. They didn't need to change much. The defense did need a little bit of help. So they drafted a whole lot of people. They kept the people who are good, and they brought in Joey Bosa, who can be one of the best pass rushers in the league. The issue is that the dude's made out of glass. He gets injured always. So he'll likely be good for 4 games, and then you don't know. So best of luck to them. The key thing is Mike McDermott. I do not like Mike McDermott as a head coach. Now, I can't argue that he's built good teams who have made it to the playoffs. The issue is that he has not been able. He's a defensive guy, and his defense always collapses against the Chiefs. Always. Every single time. Even when you've won the game and there's 15 seconds left and they find a way to score on you. Even when you're a few scores ahead, the defense always collapses. I do not know why. Well, I do know why. It's because of him. It's his fault. You can't be a defensive guy and lose because of the defense in the playoffs. That's just unacceptable. If it were me, I probably would have gotten rid of him a few years ago, but I think he's going to have a few more chances, considering, again, they keep winning the division and they keep making the playoffs, and they went deep this year all the way to the AFC Championship. But I think the fans of the Buffalo Bills will be better served with somebody else. But what do I know? This might be the year. This might be their year. Who knows? Next, you got the Miami Dolphins, who finished off last season with a record of 8-9, and there's a whole lot of drama down in Miami. So star wide receiver Tyreek Hill wanted to be traded out of there. He wanted out of there. He was crying the entire offseason, "Get me out of here. Trade me. I don't like it here. I hate it here." And supposedly Tua Tagovailoa talked to him, and he was like, "All right, fine, I'll stay." Then quarterback Jalen Ramsey was like, "I hate it here. I don't want to be here. This place sucks. Hey, your mama's fat," and all that stuff. And so they did trade him to the Steelers for Minkah Fitzpatrick. So one of the squeaky wheels got traded. So to me, the big issue with the Miami Dolphins, I think head coach Mike McDaniels is on the hot seat. And I think he has one of, if not the hottest of hot seats in the NFL right now, because the Dolphins have been a underachieving team for a very, very long time. Now, they do have a quarterback who's injury prone, who is out for a lot of games during the season, but still, it's just not working. And again, there were a lot of stories this offseason about players showing up late and Mike McDaniels complaining like, well, even if we find them, it doesn't work. It doesn't change anything. They still miss stuff. So to me, that seems like an issue from the top. So he might be a really good offensive coordinator, but as a head coach, he's left a lot to be desired. Next, you got the New Jersey Jets, who finished off last season with a record of 5-12 and got Aaron Rodgers and Robert Saleh sent packing. Robert Saleh earlier in the season, Aaron Rodgers at least got to finish the season there. So they hired the defensive coordinator from the Lions, Aaron Glenn, and Aaron Glenn brought in quarterback Justin Fields from the Steelers. So basically the Steelers and the Jets swapped quarterbacks. So that's always fun. Honestly, that's the only relevant piece of news there. The Jets are a mess. The Jets have always been a mess. They're in rebuild. We don't know what they're going to be until we actually see them play. it has not looked great during the preseason. They didn't have the most notable signings, so we'll see how it goes. Honestly, the Jets are, I don't want to say the epitome of wait and see, but it's a wait and see team. I don't want to judge them too much because I do like Aaron Glenn as a defensive coordinator. But the defense doesn't show you anything special during the preseason, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just really don't think that Justin Fields is going to be the solution there, but whatever. On the other hand, the New England Patriots, who finished off with a record of 4-13 and got head coach Gerard Mayo fired. Like the moment he won they finished their final game of the season, dude got fired. They've been actually doing some pretty good moves this offseason. First off, they hired head coach Mike Vrabel. Mike Vrabel was out of the NFL for a season. Before that, he was the head coach of the Tennessee Titans and one of the better head coaches in the NFL, in my humble opinion. So it was a great pickup there. Dude is a former Patriot, so now he gets to continue the Patriot way in Foxborough. What was the most important thing for the Patriots this offseason? They needed to give their star rookie quarterback, Drake May, some help. So what they do, they went out and they acquired wide receiver Stephon Diggs, who for all counts and purposes appears to be the wide receiver 1 over in Foxborough. Dude might be weird, controversial, but he's a pretty good wide receiver, so that was a decent pickup if he, doesn't end up being toxic in the locker room. And they drafted a whole bunch of players. So, everybody drafts a whole bunch of players, but they grabbed Will Campbell, supposedly one of the best tackles in the draft, maybe the best. They got running back Travion Henderson, wide receiver Kyle Williams, and center Jared Wilson in the first 4 picks. So, all of those, as you can see, are offensive players, first 4 picks. They're all geared to help Drake May out. So, clearly, Mike Vrabel believes in his defense and that they had good enough players, but they needed a lot of help offensively. So I think that the Patriots are actually going to be a lot better than we expect this season. I think they're going to, for everybody saying that they had a pretty good draft or one of the better drafts. So they have a lot of potential is what I'm saying. So how do I think the AFC East is going to go? Right now, it's still the Bills division to lose. Number 2 spot, I like the Patriots a little bit more than the Dolphins. Now, I feel like the Dolphins are collapsing. They may be turning around, but I doubt it. So I'm going to go with the Patriots number 2, Dolphins number 3, and Jets all the way number 4. Because, it's the Jets. So there you go. So before I forget, let me just give you a quick reminder. If you want to be a part of my Pick'em League, you can just go to NFLPicksPage.com. The pool's name is SDW League. The password is SDW2025. SDW with all capital letters. It's fun. It's enjoyable if you want to be a part of it. You basically pick which team you think is going to win every single game, and you get a point. At the end of the season, whoever gets the most points wins. So I'm putting in $100, winner take all. It's free, but if you want to bet something, you can. It's an honor system thing. Just let me know at Dario SDW and at Super Dario World so I can let everybody know how big the pool is. But at the very least, the winner will take $100 because that's what I'm putting in. So again, it's free. If you want to join, it's pretty easy. The website's actually pretty straightforward. It's pretty cool. I really enjoyed using it last year. It made things way easier. It's easier to track all the numbers and stuff. So go ahead if you want to join at NFLPicksPage.com, SDW League, password SDW2025. So there you go.